Season 1 of Zombies in Modern Warfare 3 has shown a lot of overpowered weapons. I'm going to quickly go over the top couple weapons that are really standing out a lot more than all the other weapons that you might normally see on a top 10 list. I'll have the loadouts at the end of each segment. That said, let's get into it. Starting off with a gun that I do not see talked about nearly enough, probably one of my more favorite guns on this list is the Akimbo WSP Swarm SMGs. Now these things pack a ton of kick behind them, and having a Akimbo build it makes it that much easier for you to just completely unload without needing to worry about reloading all that often. Like all the guns on this list, the real power behind these guns really starts showing up when you pack-a-punch them and give them a little bit more power behind them when you give them a higher rarity. This is just the gray inside of the tier 1 and the tier 2. Nothing else added on top of them. But when you switch over to something a little stronger, such as a rare Earther tool making a blue and just one level of pack-a-punch, it absolutely fries zombies in the tier 2 zone. And this is not a very high level gun as you can normally see, and probably all the other times you normally go into your game. Even at this low rarity, you can see it absolutely fries the Disciple in the tier 2 area. These are a must grab and must upgrade if you haven't already. This is the build that I have been rocking for this Akimbo setup. Once again, when you get to this part, make sure you can pause the video, take a screenshot, whatever you want to do to make sure you get this actual loadout. If there's one thing that I do say that you could play around with a little bit, if you don't like the 100 round drum mag, so you can reload these a little bit faster and a bit more often, switch them over to one of the lower tier, lower round magazines. And to make sure you understand this, you can only get this Akimbo brace stock. The way that you can get Akimbos on these is by getting the weapon all the way to level 27. It isn't one of the things you can unlock by doing specific missions. Now moving on to everyone's favorite Akimbo pistols, the tier pistols. Now these things have recently been taking a lot of nerfs, especially in Warzone. They took away the snake shot ammo, which made these things even stronger, but they're still really powerful. Even at tier 1 and tier 2 with just a blue upgrade, these things absolutely one-shot everything you're going to come across, even without a pack-a-punch crystal. Now the thing is, when you do actually pack-a-punch this weapon, it takes these pistols to an entirely different level. As you see here, I now have a purple rarity tier pistols. They are now only one pack-a-punch level, and they are easily double tapping these level 3 zombies. Even with the armor zombies, they are only double tapping them. Especially when you get close, you can really get some good headshots in. They just make all these zombies explode as if they're not even there. Getting up close and personal with bosses, mini bosses throughout the game, even in tier 3 at a purple level rarity, these things absolutely melt anything in front of them. Don't even get me started when you get it to level 3 pack-a-punch. But as I mentioned in the beginning of this, something did change around the actual build in this gun that a lot of people have been using. It's based on the ammunition, where it was in the snake shot ammunition, but now I switched it over to the high grain rounds. In a recent update, they took away the snake shot ammunition, which was the thing that made these things that much more OP. It would be number 1 on the list if the snake shot ammo was still there, but even with the different ammo, these things delete everything in front of them. Now moving on to a weapon I never thought I'd actually put onto one of these kind of lists is the XRK sniper rifle, the brand new sniper rifle that you can get inside of Season 1's Battle Pass. I'll be completely honest with you guys, when I first started using this sniper rifle, I thought everybody was crazy because it was obviously one-tapping zombies in the tier 1 area when you shoot them in the head, just like all the sniper rifles do. But simply moving into the tier 2 area, the sniper was not nearly powerful enough for me to even take down 4 easy zombies right in front of me, even while shooting them in the heads. But once I pack-a-punched this thing, got the build exactly how other people had, and started using it against bosses and hitting the very sensitive areas, the amount of health that got taken off of these things so quickly, so easily, was astounding to me. This video is showing a perfect example of how powerful this thing really is, because this is just me one-on-one with this mega abomination from the tier 3 zone, only with purple rarity level 2 pack-a-punch, and I am easily taking this thing's health down in under a minute. Normally, to get this kind of damage, you need a triple pack gold weapon to even get close to how quickly I'm able to kill this thing, but as you can see, as it's shooting the lightning beam at me, I'm easily taking off 1/5 of its health in just 3 shots. But the downfall of this weapon is that you simply don't have 1, enough ammo, 2, it doesn't shoot fast enough to take out a bunch of hordes of zombies. This is definitely a boss killing gun, straight up. I would personally only use it in the mega abomination fights, going into the dark ether, elder portal, the red worm fights, stuff like that. But this is the build that I started rocking with. It has some fine tuning to depending on how you like to use your sniper. For example, you could definitely switch the optic to something that is just the base optic so you can get a higher powerful ammunition instead of the optic sight. You could switch out the barrel for the one that has the full length of the damage bar, or you could stick with the short barrel as I have on this build so you can ADS a little faster. You can do whatever you really feels best, but I'd say keep it around this similar build because it just absolutely destroys when you have those main components that you see in this build right now. Of the 4 guns on the list, this one is definitely one that people need to play with a little bit more to find that perfect loadout weapon. And of course, to save the best for last, is going to be the Lockwood shotgun. I was surprised at how powerful this shotgun actually is inside the game when you have this specific build on. It's by far the most powerful shotgun of all the ones in MW3, and it also obviously one-shots easily when you hit a headshot, and this is just in the tier 1 area with a gray base rarity. But when you move into tier 2 with that same base level gun, it drastically drops off. Easily took all the shots that I had hitting every single headshot on several zombies. It just didn't make any sense. But as soon as you put this thing to purple rarity, even blue rarity with at least 1 pack-a-punch level on here, this thing just deletes everything in front of you. As you can see, even with the tier 3 fully armored zombies, I am deleting these things in 2 shots simply because I have to break the armor off first to get to the vital shot of the headshot. Several times in the red zone with this exact level rarity and pack-a-punch, I was surprised at how easily I was maneuvering throughout this entire area. To also help give you an idea around bosses, I went and did a bounty in the tier 2 area as well. Obviously not hitting all my shots perfectly, but as soon as I get some headshots in, this thing is also getting deleted very quickly. Even just randomly hitting in the shoulders, not perfect headshots. This thing deletes everything. Here is the loadout for this shotgun. I would stay as close to this as you possibly can. I had a different variety of this where I took the light bolt and changed it for one of the stocks. It just made it a little bit faster, a little bit more accurate when I ADS. It really didn't make that much of a difference, so I would say if you want to reload faster, definitely get the bolt on there. If you want to have a stronger ADS, change to one of the stocks. But if you really want to delete hordes of zombies, stick to this build right here on the screen. Make sure you screenshot this, and with how broken this thing is, I wouldn't be surprised it gets a nerf, so definitely play with it while you still can. These are by far some of the strongest guns that we've seen in a zombie game in a long time, and obviously with how many changes come and go per season, per week inside of MW3, we definitely need to take advantage of these weapons while we still can. So I hope you guys did find this helpful. If you did, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button down below. Leave some comments if there's something that I did miss that definitely should have been in this top tier list. Would love to play with more OP guns inside of zombies. One of my favorite things to do. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.